emotional and mental damage of not getting a boner with a girl that you really like is a lot more than the damage of taking the Cialis. You know what? Because with one text message, everything can change for you. With one text message, you can get full this excitement, you can have a dopamine hit, and everything can turn around. 6 things you should never do if you want to get your ex back. The first thing is mixing the frames. Getting your ex back is a long-term process. Most of the times when guys want to get their ex back, want to get their relationship back, they think it's something that's going to happen overnight. But it's going to take time. Sometimes 1 week, sometimes 1 month, sometimes 6 months. Depending on your situation, how much damage has been done, it's going to take some time. And the mistake that guys make is that they take a step back, they don't do anything, they try to do the no contact thing. Then during this no contact, they have these thoughts and they go through all of these things in their head. Then after 3 weeks, which is a relatively longer time that they haven't been in touch, the dude develops so much and accumulates so much anger and sadness, suddenly pick up the phone and call her and say a bunch of angry things or aggressive things or a bunch of needy things. If you choose to give her space, you gotta be very careful not to switch, not to change channels if you want to break that silence. My recommendation is to never go silent, always communicate, because communication is the key. Be consistent. Choose an assertive approach and just be consistent. You might have heard me in previous videos, I tell you can be passive, passive-aggressive, aggressive, or assertive. Always be assertive with willingness to walk away and be consistent. There was a guy, he wanted to borrow his friend's car and he thought with himself, well, okay, I'm just gonna go ask him to give me the car for half a day. So on the way to his friend, he thinks, wait a minute, what if he doesn't want to give me his car? Well, okay, so I'm gonna ask him for 2 hours only. Just before he arrives there, he says, wait a minute, what if he doesn't want to give the car for 2 hours? Then, okay, it's okay, I'm just gonna ask for 10 minutes. Then he makes it there, he knocks on the door, his friend opened the door, has no idea what's gonna happen. Then he says, you know what, fuck you and your car, I don't even want your car. And I see this happen over and over. The guy take a step back, don't talk to his ex, suddenly has all his emotion, boom, dump on her, and she has no idea what's going on. And there's different versions of this. If you pick to be a certain way, always be that certain way. There are many wrong frames that guys pick, which is the second thing that I want to tell you. The second thing you should never do, you should never choose a wrong frame. Most guys who want to get their ex back, they pick the mother-son frame. They basically become the boy and they expect their ex to be their mother. And it has nothing to do with age. Most guys who are even plus 50 or 60 still do this. This is the nature of breakup, because sometimes you're together for 20 years. You just don't know how to be without your partner, and that happens. So you gotta understand you should always choose the right frame. What is the right frame? Father, daughter, uncle, niece. When you pick the son-mother frame, they try to get their ex to become their emotional support one more time. In your relationships, any relationship with anybody, you always want to have the frame of somebody who is stronger, somebody who's more mature, and somebody who reacts less. That's really, really important. Look, nobody cares about how you feel. Nobody cares about how you feel. This is open waters. If you're hurting, if you're suffering, it means you made mistakes, and now you're in damage control. For that, you need to do everything right. It doesn't matter what you want. Same for me. Nobody cares what I want. If I follow the rules, there's a chance that I win. If I don't follow the rules, I lose. Which brings me to the third thing, which is most people try to fix the wrong problem. Guys call me and say, Ben, this is a situation with my ex. What should I do? We have 3 kids together, but she's seeing somebody else and this is the situation. What should I tell her? All of the focus is on what should I tell her? What should I text her? What should I do to fix the relationship? And if you look at most of these ex-back channels and ex-back programs and ex-back coaches online, they also push that text messages. Dude, the real problem is you. The real problem is not the girl. Because you either picked the wrong girl or you messed up with emotions, you took her for granted, you cheated, you showed anger, sadness, jealousy, neediness, one of those or a combination of those. The problem is you. You gotta fix the problem, and you need someone like me who kick her ass and say, dude, stop, you need to stop it right now. You need to do this and this and that. Because if you don't have somebody to tell you this, you're gonna lead with emotions, and not only you lose that woman, you lose the relationship, then you have to pay child support, then you lose the next relationship, then you become bitter about the whole thing. And the right problem is usually harder to fix. It's not the easier thing. Yeah, we all wish getting an ex back was just a matter of a few text messages, but it's not. If right now, with your current state of mind, your ex come and sit next to you, you're still gonna mess it up unless you understand state control. Read my book, the link is in the description. Now, number 4, underestimating the game. Quite often, when I got guys who are very successful, or the dude is like, one of these guys was going for Mr. Olympia bodybuilding, super proud of himself. Or usually guys who have a lot of money, a lot of success, they're not that humble. They think they are bigger than these emotions. A few days ago, I watched Michael Jordan's documentary on Netflix. Look at what happened when his father died. He changed a lot of things. He changed his number 23. He went to 45. His whole life went upside down. What you're going through, this breakup, this relationship, you cannot underestimate it. This is way bigger than you, and you have to accept it. That's cool, because there's readings for 12-step program for addiction. They say, this is bigger than me. You gotta accept that it's bigger than you, so you can attend. A part of it, I agree, not all of it, but you gotta understand that you cannot underestimate it. You cannot be cocky about it. You cannot pick the wrong angle to fix this problem. There's only one way to come out of this. Understand the size of the problem and approach it the right way. I give you an example. I had a client. He was married for a few years. Really good looking dude. Loaded. Great lifestyle. Everything good. He dumped his girlfriend and left. He had some problems. He had some remorse. But things didn't work out. He came back. He met another girl. He said, "Oh man, I got this, man. I got this new girl. I'm just gonna go fuck the shit out of her. Have so much fun with her." And I said, "Dude, you gotta slow down. You haven't been with other girls for 4 years. You gotta take it easy. You might feel a bit uncomfortable at first because they were trying to have a baby and it didn't work." He was trying to mask it. He was trying to say, "Oh, I'm cool. I got this." He goes there, boom. He can't get a boner. First date with a new girl, can't get a boner. His confidence is crushed. When I work with someone like this who comes out of a relationship and he wants to go on a first date, I always offer, I say, dude, get a Cialis, put it in your pocket. When you go there, when you start making out, if it's been a while, if you feel you're making out and you're not getting the boner, go there, pop the pill. Because the emotional and mental damage of not getting a boner with a girl that you really like is a lot more than the damage of taking the Cialis. Hearts have been broken for these rules that I give you here. Like, people have suffered for years. We've been through a lot of difficult times to come up with these solutions. You gotta stick to these rules. This is serious. And number 5, it's a big mistake that most guys in this situation make, is that they don't do self-development. They think things are gonna happen automatically. Things are not gonna happen automatically. Life goes faster. You have to go faster than life. If you stay where you're at, life goes faster than you. Problems are gonna come. Change is always gonna come. If you think that you're this dude, that there was a time of your life a few years ago, you had this ability to go out and meet girls and, run the show and get girls and, do all of these cool things, but you settle down now, you don't need to do anything of that, or some of the guys that I work with, it's shocking. The dude goes to gym, does very heavy workout, looks really good, then goes home and does cocaine. He thinks it's okay. You should not do things that are bad for you and continue to do things that are good for you. You should always be listening to some sort of self-development audiobook like David Schwartz, The Magic of Thinking Big. Or there's so many of them, How Successful People Think. Something to clear your mind and move forward, especially if you're going through a breakup situation like this. You need to be doing intense self-development. That's why in the program I take you through week 1 and week 2. And most guys who do things that I show them and they're a little smart, by the end of week 2, they feel completely different. Yeah, that there are certain type of guys, which is probably maybe I say 5% of guys, that I don't really know if this is a psychological problem or they don't want help. They have addiction to those negative emotions and negative thoughts, that cycle. They just don't do it and say, "Oh yeah, I know it already." I said, "Dude, do the fucking ice bucket exercise and send me the video." "Man, I know how it is, I can do it." They don't do the exercise, they don't do the worksheets, they just skip. They don't do the self-development because they think at one point they had it. Then as a result, they don't make progress. Dude, this is emergency. Or it's time that you recruit all of your resources and get help so you can come out of this, so you can do the right thing to get her back or continue living with your life. So don't think like you don't need self-development. Don't think like, oh, you listened to some Tony Robbins a few years ago, you're good. Don't think because you go to gym and you lift you're solid. No, you know, I say there's a champion mode, there's beast mode, then there's God mode. You gotta go absolute God mode. You gotta be in state that you gotta be ecstatic about life. And if you do bullshit things like not doing self-development, not listening to these ideas, these books, not implementing, not making solid progress with every area of your life, health, wealth, and relationship, and spirituality, then you're gonna be in trouble. The last thing is the negative spiral thinking. That's another huge mistake. This is invisible. Today, I have 2-3 new clients that I signed up today, and I grouped them together. It's a very, very difficult situation because they just, all of them, within past few days, 3-4 days, they got separated. They don't realize what the reality they're experiencing. They don't realize how tough things are for them right now. They just think this is how things are. If you see 10 Instagram users, each of these people experiences a different reality. One of them thinks, for example, there is no war in Ukraine. One of them thinks there is crazy war in Ukraine. One of them thinks the whole internet is about time management. One of them thinks the whole internet is about porn. Because these channels, they show you a different reality based on what you search. The same thing, somebody who is going through a breakup, he thinks the world is bitter and dark and everything is sad. What is your reality? Take a step back, look at your life. How do you feel? How do you look at everything? Are you happy? When you wake up, how was breakfast today? How was lunch yesterday? How was dinner yesterday? How is the average of last few weeks, last month? Is the average like totally sucking, or is the average amazing, great? That is your reality. There's nobody else's reality. When market crashes, some people win. When time is bad for some people are happy. When a team loses, there's another team who wins. What is your reality? Pick your reality. If you're in this negative spiral thinking, you gotta stop. You gotta read my books, watch my videos, and tell yourself this is not the reality. You know what? Because with one text message, everything can change for you. With one text message, you can get full this excitement. You can have a dopamine hit, and everything can turn around. Seriously, and even if your problem is not getting your ex back, if your problem is anything, you can relate this. You can use this and apply this to anything else in your life as well. If you find this video useful, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to get your ex back and if you have a problem with your breakup, download the book from the description. This is Ben. See you in the next video.